everybody. Everyone that's already subscribed, or to new people that are watching today, hello, I'm Sally and I run Didsbury Art Studio. And in this video, we're going to be using some leftover fabrics that I've had from a project, and I would like to make them into a little skirt. It's not going to fit me, it's just a sort of skirt that you can alter the pattern of, and you'll be able to make your own. Shall we get into it? So I've got a couple of fabrics that have been left over from a project I did previously. It was a tie-dye one, Shibori. This piece here was actually messing around with some graffiti, and it's in the glue resist video, and that was a rope design. These pieces of fabrics left over, and I thought, what can I do with them? And I'm just messing around in lockdown, making different things out of scraps of materials that I've had left over or have been given, or just leftovers of projects that, you know, I've got some nice patterns and designs from. So this one is quite an adequate sort of piece of fabric, and then this one's slightly smaller, and obviously a little piece of this, but I really like the design on this one, so I'd really like to use them. So I'm thinking I'm going to make a little mini skirt, a little tiered ruffle skirt. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've clipped the right sides facing, and I'm going to sew just a straight stitch down here. I'm just going to line up the presser foot to the edge of the fabric. And I've also decided that I want to have this piece in the ruffle of the tier at the front of the skirt. So over here I've cut down the sides, and over here, and clip them on, and I'm also going to sew those. And then the seams left. What I'm doing next is sewing the right sides facing of the graffiti piece and the tie-dye underneath. So once again, I'm doing a runner stitch, lining up the presser foot with the edge of the fabric. So I'm just ironing the fabric on the back and the front and the seams. What I'm doing here is just making a hem at the bottom of this, the tier part of the skirt. I'm going to press it with the iron. Next I'm going to do a straight stitch around the bottom of a zigzag stitch all the way around the top, so I'm lining my presser foot up with the edge of the fabric. That's how it's looking at the moment. That's with the hem at the bottom, and there's a zigzag all the way around. So now with my main piece of fabric, I'm going to do the zigzag stitch around the top and the bottom, and I'm going to use a wide stitch. So I've sewn the top and the bottom of this main piece. It looks like that. So next I'm going to do a runner stitch, the longest stitch length of 5, all the way around the top of my tier fabric. doing next is I'm grabbing the threads over here, 2 sets of threads, and I'm just literally starting to ruffle the fabric. I've pinned down the ruffle tier and just made sure that it is sort of stretched out similar to the main fabric. Then I'm going to sew it. Next up, measure the elastic around your waist and then line up the elastic and do zigzag stitches backwards and forwards. I have divided up my elastic into 4 and I've matched it up with the seams and then halved the front of the skirt and the back of the skirt and put a pin in each section, and now I'm going to sew it. Make sure that you stretch the elastic as you're sewing and that it's on straight stitch, lining up my presser foot to the edge of the fabric once again. I've turned over the elastic band once more with the fabric like that, and then stretched it still and sewn it, so it just gives it a nice finish. So there we go, finished. I didn't make it the size of this little mannequin waist, so I've just pinned it on at the back, but that's what the front looks like, and that is what the back looks like. So I've just pinned it on again just to be a bit tight around the waist so you can actually see what it would look like. So it would be quite a short skirt. So I hope you enjoyed this video today and that you feel motivated to maybe have a go at this project. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week in the next video. Take care, bye!